this is a horror story. I wouldn't have you think otherwise. It's a blend of one of those wartime stories that old veterans try to avoid telling their grandchildren, and something you would find in Tales from the Crypt. A mixture of both. When I was about 15, there was a guy we knew. His name was Roberto, right? No one liked Roberto. Roberto was sort of like a chameleon to everyone. He would say whatever you wanted to hear. He would talk about shit about you when you weren't around. But when you were around, you were best friends. He'd be like, so, we're gonna go hang out. Come with us. Like, and secretly, he would tell everyone else, if you didn't go, how much he hated your guts, how much he couldn't stand you, how much your teeth bothered him. Weird shit like that. Like, one story he told us was when he described the relationship and how my friend would get married. My friend was with this girl, and he wasn't even thinking about marriage, and he was like, I would stake my life that they're gonna get married. No question about it. They broke up more or less 2 or 3 weeks, so if he really had bartered that, well, this story wouldn't have happened. So thankfully, he didn't wage his life with anyone else, really, because we don't know any Undertakers, so I guess that helped him out, in some sense. We went to go play football that day, right? And we were all excited to play football, but more or less just to hit him. You know, he would catch the ball, and we would just fucking unload on him. We would wallop him. Like, we would see him, and then it's like, he doesn't have the fucking ball. He's blocking, alright, fuck it, chop block. Just knock him the fuck over. Like, he would catch the ball, we would all collapse, and some of us were playing on his team. Now, this is sort of disdain that you shouldn't necessarily have for another individual, but we did. We did. We just had put up with too much of this shit, right? And the thing was that, like, we just didn't know what to think of him. Like, he'd be like, yeah, I like that girl. I like this girl. I like that girl. Like, I could say I was the same way, that I liked a lot of girls. But I kind of pointed at them. Kind of talked about them. I didn't say I liked girls while I was staring at my friends doing their shorts and ribbons. Like the little strings. He would see us playing with them. Like trying to tie them to get ready for gym. And he'd be like, I like girls. And it's like, you staring at this region? I don't know what you're doing it for. I have no problem with it. But the other guys who are now changing in the other side of the locker room, they kind of have an issue with this. So there was that big ambiguity question as to what sexual orientation he was. We were like, I don't care, you know, fuck it. If he wants to, you know, yeah. That literally was my response. Like, I would use something he said to him. And, like, I would make fun of him in front of his face. He was older than us. He was, like, what, a senior when we were about sophomores or juniors. And, like, he would, like, want to get our approval. We would never approve of him. But he wanted to believe that we did. So that's why he tried to hang out with us. So after this football game, he's battered and bruised. We were like, seriously, we gotta calm down. Like, if he breaks an arm, that's okay. But if he breaks both legs, well, we can't just leave him here. I mean, it's an option, but fuck. All right, let's calm it down. Let's just ease up a little bit on him. You know, we all tried to, you know, restrain ourselves from aggressing too much. But it was like a bull staring at a red, like, you know, bandana. We wanted to, but we couldn't. So he's like fucking, he's got purple eyes, bumps on his head, his neck's a little wobbly. Like, he looks literally like he's Gumby at this point. And he's like, guys, you want to go to my house? It's like, despite the shellacking we gave you, you still invite us to your house? I don't think this is a good idea for you, sir, but let's see what the other guys say. He's like, I got Hot Pockets. They all said yes instantly. They all could not refuse Hot Pockets. So I just say yes, sure, for the experience of it. So we go to his house. We're at his house, we're eating these Hot Pockets, right? The parrots are staring at us. They're chirping at the cage. They want to get out. They want the fucking Hot Pockets. These Hot Pockets are delicious, and we're drinking brisk. Oh, this is a double whammy for these parrots. They're just like eyeing us. They're waiting, pacing back and forth, back and forth. And it's not like they walked. They were just like ice skating in their fucking cage. So I'm a little bit uncomfortable with these parrots, and I'm enjoying this pepperoni Hot Pocket, so I'm not gonna fucking offer this parrot anything. He offers then. Out of the blue, mid-bite, he catches us. Do you guys want to watch some porn? Did I hear you correctly? Like, again, without hesitation, everyone agrees to this. I'm the only one that was a little bit skeptical about this. I say a little bit because, you know, there's nothing per se uncomforting about something we all watch in the privacy of our own homes being shared by a multitude of other males who smell like they have been doused in mud. They smell like heathens, reeking of this shit. Like, alright, fuck it. If you guys are in it, why not? Why am I going to be skeptical about this? So one of our friends, he goes up. He's like, he was the one unloading the most on him. He was the football player of us. He was on the team. He sits in the front of the computer. And he's like, I am going to observe the techniques that I see. It's like, you're going to observe a woman giving head? How is that beneficiary to you? Well, because, you know, I want to see if she's inclusive of the vein, yeah. I'm like, alright, cool. That works for me. I totally understand where you're coming from. She works the vein. So he puts on the Paris Hilton one, right? And he's studying. All these other guys are like, she's whack. Seen better. She don't know what she's doing. She's a speed demon. That came out of us. I don't know why. And then he's like, he goes to this playlist he has. Most viewed. And he puts his video on, right? And it's already midway. And this girl just starts moaning like she's at an opera. And I'm like, well, you know, I'll give her a 7 for vocal harmony to it all. She's fairly, yeah. She has cadence to it. Okay. I don't see a problem with it. Her moans, they seem sort of legit. So, I'm staring at this woman, and I see something flopping while she is receiving male gratification. And I'm like, none of you? Or no? She has a penis, guys. She has a penis. They're like, this is too pixelated to tell if it's a penis. Like, come on. Just enjoy it, right? And so the woman proceeds to stand up, and then it just drops. And then it just like, they're starting to get it. They're starting to see what I saw, right? And so the man giving it to the woman lays over and then exposes a vagina. And then we're like, well, I think it's too pixelated really to make that assumption that it was a vagina. So we'll just say a hole. And then she starts giving it to the man. And the man turns out to have long hair and breasts. So we start palpating a little bit faster. We're like a little bit nervous that holy shit. We just watched transsexuals. We've just watched a she-male movie. Holy fuck. We all start, oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. Fuck. So we shift from like paranoid, nervous, confusion to anger. We're like, wait. It's like, why are you making us watch that? And then he's like, listen, that's my brother's. That is my brother's collection, right? And we're like, where's your brother? And he's like, he's in the army. Slowly we start to get confused again. We're like, how long has he been gone? 2 years. So you're telling me you had this for 2 years. This is near the 50s and plays. It's under your top viewed. No suspicion at all? You didn't notice her sort of floppy thing was attached to her body? You didn't notice that any... He's like... yeah. And it's like, what are you saying yeah to? We need a straight answer here. We have just had our eyes defiled, sir. We need to understand where this is coming from. And he's like, oh, you know what? When my brother gets home, I'm going to have a serious talk with him. And he did the finger wag to us. Like, oh boy. This confirms what we didn't expect. He wants to be a transgender.